Good morning, my little peaches. The time is 7:02 on this Wednesday morning. Hump day. We made it, Mike Ellison. Middle of the
Yes.
week, we're here.
We have made it.
We have.
Although it's really technically just the start of the day.
Well-
but yes, it is the day.
It's still,
Sorry,
it's here.
I don't mean to be,
Yeah.
Nelly negative about it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of.
Well, sorry. It's
Nelly
hump
negative,
day.
Debbie Downer. It's hump
How's that?
day.
Is that better?
So, yes.
Oh, gosh.
Need some emphasis, some excitement.
Good morning, everybody.
We're here. Yes, Wednesday. It's going to be, they say partly cloudy today, high of about 72. It actually was drizzling, misting on me when I came in this morning.
Yeah,
Did you get
me
a little?
too. Me too. Yep, it was. It was pretty heavy fog, mist, whatever you want to call it. But yeah.
Yeah. So I guess it's getting a little bit warmer, but then I heard it's going to dip back down this weekend. So
I heard Mickey Ferguson, Channel 6, talking this morning on the way in, and he said that there's a chance for record highs today in some places. Mm-hmm. That in Birmingham area, it would be high of 78. I think it's going to be more like 75 or 4 down here.
well, Calera said 72, so maybe.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's a little
it may
cooler
be-
south of there, which
Yeah,
is
it may
usually it's
be.
the opposite of that. But,
Yeah.
so it could be record heat. And then, we just had record, temperatures.
Lows,
Lows,
yeah.
right. And, boy, it's like, if you don't like the weather in Alabama, what's the saying? Wait a couple of days.
Wait just a few minutes.
few hours. Yeah.
Wait a couple hours. It changes
See,
by noon.
Somebody will know that old saying.
It is also Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday,
It
right?
starts today.
Beginning
it is
of
Ash
Lent.
Doesn't start today. It is today. Ash Wednesday is today.
40 days of Lenten.
Yep. It is. This is. It signifies the start of the 40-day journey to Easter Sunday. And participants receive a cross of ashes on their forehead to symbolize human mortality and the need for repentance. Now, let me just tell you something. Even as an adult, I worked with a girl who would do Ash Wednesday, and she put the thing on her head. Well, I didn't know. She had something on her head. And I said, "Come here, you've got something on your head." And she was like, no, that's for that's for Lent. That's Ash Wednesday. And I went,
Recognition.
"Oh, all right then."
Well,
I did not know that. I was like, I almost messed up something sacred because I thought she had dirt on her forehead. So that just goes to show you, I didn't really know much. I know now.
You're being nice.
When you see them with it, don't touch them. Don't do that. That's like no. That's like a big no. Don't do that.
Right. It's meant to be there all day, or as long as they're, after they get it. They don't
Yeah.
wash it off to the next day, or that's what I understand. But it's celebrated by millions of people.
Yeah, it's
Or I don't know if even celebrate is the right word, but
observe.
observe. Thank you. That's a better word.
Yeah, it says it's you do this because remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return. The ashes are typically created by burning palm branches from the previous year's Palm Sunday.
That's correct.
That I did not know. The ash is usually applied in the sign of a cross. With the phrases "repent and believe in the gospel," or "remember that you are dust, and to dust you shall return." It also comes with fasting requirements. Ash Wednesday is a day to fast 1 full meal, 2 smaller meals, and abstinence from meat for those aged 18 to 59. What? You can't have meat?
Right. It is one day basically though. So it's another.
Oh, I thought it was the whole 40 days. I was like,
no,
you're talking
it's
about
not
losing
that.
some weight. Okay. It is observed predominantly by the Catholic religion, but it's observed by many Anglicans, Lutherans, Methodists, and some other Protestants.
Methodist, I know they'll have an Ash Wednesday service at some point today.
Yep.
And you will see a few people around
Today.
town. They'll have their ash crosses
Yep.
on their foreheads.
Now I know what it is. I
That's
will
right.
not try to dust it off your forehead. That whole mama thing kicked into me because I was like, come here, you
Yeah.
got come here, let me
Oh,
get that
boy.
for you.
When you lick the thumb, that's bad news.
I still do that to my kids, and they're all like, Mom, just stop, And I'm like, well, just come here, let me get it.
Tell me what to do.
Just come here, and I hold their cheeks. They don't have a choice. I'm
Don't
getting
move.
that. You got sleep in your eye. You got a mark on, I got to I got to fix it.
That's right.
It's part of being a mom, y'all.
Here, let me fix that. Come here.
It says here, in some traditions in Iceland, Ash Wednesday includes secular traditions like dressing up and singing for candy. I did not know that.
I did not know that.
Interesting. Okay.
I've had some friends visit Iceland not too many years ago.
I've had some friends that did.
On all their pictures they took, they looked very cold.
Yeah, they did like cruises.
I don't think this was a cruise, but
I don't know if it was Iceland, but I want to say it was.
One of their sons wanted to go there for some reason, and so they went. So apparently you can get there from here.
That's what it is. That's what we got going on. Ash Wednesday.
Ash Wednesday.
Let's see. The time is 7:08. We're going to thank our morning show sponsors. We're going to thank Chilton Mobile Home Supply, Country Financial Insurance, Central Alabama Wellness, Coca-Cola. I have my cherry float Coca-Cola. Mike has the regular real thing.
Mine is it's a new flavor. It says Oregano, I think.
Oregano?
Yeah.
The Oregano. All right, here we go.
Looking forward to it.
Mikey, this is for you. 1, 2, 3. Oh gosh, my finger got stuck. Darn it.
I beat you on that one.
Yeah, you did. I put this in the freezer for about 20 minutes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got it good and cold.
Ooh, I bet it was.
Good and cold. Yes. Very good.
This is plenty cold right
Also,
here.
thank you to our Chilton Chamber of Commerce, Larry Puckett Chevrolet, Putter Up in Pelham. They are having a neat child parent event. I'm assuming they're probably full by now, but they're taking 18 teams, $40 per team. You can check and see if they still have any spaces available.
Slots
you
open.
can call them, or you can check out their website at putterupbirmingham.com and see if they have anything available. It all goes to proceeds go to Restoring Joy Recovery, and this is sponsored by Titleist. So I hope they have a good turnout for that. Also, thank you to Woods Surfside Marina, Market 22, formerly Bees Market, This and That Vinyl, and Work Out Anytime. I think they're going to come on next week sometime.
Oh, good.
Look forward to it. Talk to us about what they got going on. And then also,
some tips.
I want to remind y'all too, we have an event coming up. This is in March, but we're promoting it because they're selling. I don't know if I say selling. They're offering you the opportunity to win a vintage bike or scooter, if you will. This is a what is it called? Well, the name of the bike. Hold on.
A Simplex.
Yeah, Simplex.
I'm sorry, I didn't know what you were looking for.
This is a fundraiser for their jail ministry. This is a Simplex Automatic. It is a 1956 collector's item, 2-stroke engine, and it's green. It still runs.
I can see it right in the lobby in there. It's really cool looking.
Yes, we have the bike here if you want to come by and check it out. And you can, for a donation, you get of $100, you get an opportunity to have your name drawn as the winner for that. And also, this is in correlation with a bike ride that they're going to do March the 28th. It's going to start at the Heart of Dixie in Pelham. It's a Harley-Davidson store. That starts at 11 and goes on until 2. Then at 2, the actual ride starts. That ends at 3:30 at, New Life Community Church. And they're going to have music, they're going to have food, they're going to have all kinds of stuff there. If you want to be a part of that ride, you can check out their Facebook page. And it's $25 per bike, $10 per rider. And then they'll have some other ways that you can win some prizes and things like that. But they're going to have music, some speakers, and some a food truck there available.
And you have a chance to win that.
Oh, I know.
That bike.
Pastor Mayo came in here and he was like, I want that bike.
I bet.
I want that bike. And we said, why is this thing not in Barber's Motorsports Museum?
I know.
And it looks like something it should be in, personally. And I'm not saying it never was. I'm just saying I don't know that I would ride it. It's definitely one of those collector pieces that I would not want to get messed up. And I would just have it for like display. And it will be on display at the Heart of Dixie Harley Davidson, I think in another week or two. And they're gonna take it down there, and you'll be able to see it there as well. And speaking of Barber's Motorsports, sad news yesterday. George Barber, the founder of Barber Motorsports and the museum and some other things as well. He's a very prominent businessman. He passed away at the age of 85 yesterday.
I saw that.
Very sad. He is... there is so much about him that I don't even really know where to start. I have heard his name more than once over the years before he ever even had the Motorsports Hall of Fame, which opened up in kind of Leeds. I guess I consider that Leeds, Birmingham area.
Out there by Buc-ee's and what is that, Grand River
Yeah.
Mall or whatever they call it.
I want to say
something.
he opened the Motorsports. It was in the 2000s.
I had a chance to go there probably, gosh, it may have been 15 years ago, but it was quite a while back. But I got to go through that museum, and I don't remember the Simplex. I was not familiar with the manufacturer of that bike, but he literally has dozens of bikes and cars, just hundreds. I don't know how many items were in that museum, but I spent more time in that than I did out at the track watching the cars race, because it was so cool.
That museum is cool. I mean, it is really sharp. He was officially recognized by Guinness World Records as being the world's largest motorcycle collection. That was in April of 2014, but...
Is there a number mentioned as to how many there were?
Not here. It doesn't.
Well, let's see.
Over 1,800 motorcycles from more than 200 manufacturers.
Well, that's definitely dozens, like I said. 900
on display at any given time, so he trades them out.
I see.
They do have races there at the Motorsports Park, and that's kind of a big thing.
It's a road course.
Yeah, it's a road course, Indy type
racing. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And lots of famous people have come, and I mean, like actors and stuff who do, like. The guy from Grey's Anatomy, McDreamy.
I'm sorry, I'm not a big TV series person.
That guy, Patrick something. I can't think of his name. Dempsey, yes.
I remember he is a
and
racer.
And then the guy that, he was a guy that had his own show for a long time as a young guy, and I cannot think of his name. I can see him as sure as I'm sitting here.
It was like a talk show?
No. It was like a kind of like a, Wonder World type thing.
Yeah.
He was a young kid, Frankie something.
Munoz.
Yeah, that's it. He had his own show, and he does that type of stuff.
I can't remember
that
the
type
name
of racing.
Yeah. He does.
And some others that I didn't even know about do it. So
the day I was out there, they had an exhibition, I guess you call it, of Mustangs, Ford Mustangs.
They do that, yeah.
And it was all different year models, and this was, like I said, 10 or 15 years ago at least.
I do that. Jeeps
was out there, and that was really neat to see, the first Mustangs and the most modern ones and the ones in between.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, that was really neat to see that, and then they had the real race that came on, that they put on after that. But I remember we set up at this curve on kind of a bank of just grass. And so anyway, we set that up, and there was cars come flying around. That's when they would all have to hit their brakes and make a hard right. I guess it was. But anyway, it was a lot of fun. We could talk about that later. But yes, Mr. Barber passed away at the age of 85.
Yeah, we could talk some more about Barber's Motorsports when we come back. The time is 7:17. We're going to take a break. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Mike broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studios. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you, whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss. Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Weather update for today. It's going to be cloudy, a high of 71, 60 degrees tonight, 20% chance of rain, and a good chance of rain Thursday night into early Friday. Looks like the weekend, a bit of a mixed bag, some more rain coming up on Saturday. That's your weather update. Meteorologist J.P. Dice here on Piper Peach Radio.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
We are back. The time is 7:19. You're listening to Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike here with you on this hump day. Yay! I don't know why I'm really so happy
Not
about
saying anything more negative
baseball
about
starts for
Wednesday.
us tomorrow. High school baseball and high school softball, and it's about to get crunk up in here. This is about the time of year things start really rolling. You know, November, December, January to mid-February, and here we are. We're about to roll. We've already rolled past the midway part, and it's about to get wild. So but we will be broadcasting some high school baseball and softball. I do have the games. I don't know who we're playing tomorrow, who starts it off, but we'll get that info and we will put it up on our Facebook page as well. But before we went to break, we were talking about George Barber, who passed away yesterday at the age of 85, and just that, you know, he has the museum, the motorsports museum there, and then he also has the track where they do so much there. They don't just do the track and the museum. Did you know that you can hold big events inside that museum?
I did not.
The upstairs part is
Like a private room?
not
you
really
know
a
what I mean.
private room because it's all open up there.
Oh, I see.
I've been to a couple of
It's been a long
Chamber of
time. I
Commerce
remember
like
that well.
banquets in the evening time, and they do all kinds of banquets like that there. They rent that out. But George Barber, he was a very prominent businessman
Philanthropist.
in real estate. He had the Barbers. He was chairman of the Barbers Dairies, who sold out
his family.
to Dean's Foods in 2003. Or I'm sorry, in 1988. He sold and then in 2003 he established the motorsports park. So yeah, I mean, if you said, matter of fact, I think all of that property out there, where Bass Pro is, the motorsports, and then like across the area where all those medical facilities, I think he owned all of that property out there. I think he still does. And Barber's kind of was the real estate.
Well, he owned car
holding.
dealerships
Yeah.
and all kind of stuff all over Birmingham. I think he had a dealership up in Jasper at one time.
Yeah, and
maybe
I-
still does. I don't know.
Never heard a bad thing about him either.
Well, he's very generous. I said philanthropist. He's a very
Never
generous
heard a bad
person.
thing
He,
about him.
it wasn't easy to keep a secret, but I think he was one of those guys that liked to do things kind of in the background.
Yeah.
You know, he didn't want or need all of this attention. You know, he was just a guy that liked to collect bikes and cars.
Right.
And then the next thing you know, somebody's like, "Hey, you've got enough here for a museum." And then now he shares it with all of us, or shared it with all of us. It's still there. But I was talking about being at the track that time, and it was pretty cool, I thought, because we got in this particular spot. There was a lot of people on this hillside, I guess I've said.
Yeah.
And
Because that's how you had to do it.
yeah,
out
there's
there.
no stands, but we were there and we were watching. We got in a particularly sharp curve, and it didn't take me long to realize, boy, if somebody has an accident, guess where they're coming, Trees?
Straight to you.
Straight at me. I don't know what was in front of me, down below me, and I was like, well, let's move a little further back. So we
think I like
did.
this
We
spot.
moved a little further back and enjoyed the races. Like I said, there seemed like 2 or 3 different ones, but I do remember all the Mustangs, so I thought that was really neat.
Yeah.
And like you said, they
Jeeps and all
Did
kinds
all-
of stuff
that's
out
right,
there.
whatever.
Jeep show. They have car shows and all kinds of stuff out
sure,
there. Yeah.
that's right. It's all about vehicles.
But yeah, Steve, he came up with the
The driver.
Yeah, Patrick Dempsey. Thank you, because I just have brain farts all the time, and I don't really know why. It just happens.
Well, are you
So-
someone who eats breakfast?
Nope.
There you go. My wife would tell you.
She'll tell me, huh?
She's kind of a fancy.
I do need to eat
nutritionist,
breakfast.
and she just believes wholeheartedly that breakfast is so important to get
Helps
started.
you with the brain
especially if
fog.
you're going to do stuff in the morning. You're
Yeah.
working in the morning, so you want to be
True.
sharp. And she thinks,
Well-
she studies that stuff.
And getting up so early too is one of the reasons why by 11 o'clock I'm about to pass out from hunger. Like I am starving by 11 o'clock.
Yeah, and
I eat a
that
big
can't be good,
lunch.
right? That should not. That should tell you that is not good.
Well, and usually by like 11:15, if I haven't, gone to eat lunch somewhere, I am seeing spots. I'm getting lightheaded, feeling sick at my stomach, and I have to eat. I mean, I do. I'm just been that way.
You just trying to get to go
Can't
home
remember.
early, or what?
No,
what are you-
no. Have to go eat, and then once I eat, I'm
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
But then, like, I don't really want to eat a big dinner. I just want to eat my lunch and then smaller stuff for dinner. I can't ever eat a big dinner. I just can't do it. And I don't want to, because then I got to sleep on that.
Yeah, you don't want to
All
do that.
night
No.
long.
And you get pretty early. You have to be here pretty early.
Yeah.
I
I kind of overslept a little bit this morning.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I got up at 4:30.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, you beat me here, so I don't know how.
Instead of 4, I got up.
how
I rolled back over
late
for a
you
minute.
were.
And my internal alarm clock woke me up at 4:30 and said, "Girl, you got to get going.
Yeah.
You got to get after it." Good morning, Martha. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, Josh and Steve. Also, good morning to our YouTube watchers and listeners. We appreciate y'all so much. I wanted to talk about this yesterday because this is kind of interesting, but we didn't have enough time. How about The Simpsons
I know it.
have
Is that
been
not
on
incredible?
TV for 37 years?
My son is 38,
37 years.
so it came on when he was 1.
It is the longest running scripted primetime TV show, and yesterday it hit another milestone of 800 episodes.
800. That's wild. Like, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, that's over 20.
Wild.
20 episodes per year, and of course this year's got a long ways to go. So but I add a few more to that, but wow, 20 some episodes every year for 37 years.
Yeah.
I watched it. I think we talked about it a little bit yesterday. I watched the show when it first came on for a while, but it just, I don't know, it was just, I don't know, too edgy for me or something. I just didn't like it, or maybe it was just a family situation, with their son and stepchildren around and all that, and you just
Yeah.
didn't want them to watch that show.
Yeah.
It was definitely, it's a cartoon, but it was definitely for adults, right?
Yeah,
Would
and
you
that's
agree?
the thing is that I think in the beginning
And I never picked
everybody
it back up.
was watching it. I was a kid, I was watching it.
Yeah,
I
the older ones.
I say a kid, I was see, it's 37, which is the same age my daughter is. So I was 19, really.
Yeah,
you know?
you're definitely.
But, my brother and sister were kids and they were watching it, and it became one of those things. For the first year or two, I watched it, kept up with it a good bit. But then to me, it just started, I don't know. At some point, I guess as the world changes, the content changes.
Well, this thing's
and
been
I just
in
never
37
was really.
years. Come on.
I kind of lost my flavor for it. I mean, now Andy Griffith, I'll never lose my flavor for.
Right,
That
right.
kind of stuff. I'll never lose my flavor for that. But I did with The Simpsons.
I
It
guess
just
that's what I was saying too. I watched it for a
Yeah,
while
just
and then
got it.
I didn't.
Enough was enough.
And I do like even today to see the little blurbs, like advertising the show, what's coming on, and they'll have a little line, and you can just, I don't know, it's he was just a real little smart aleck.
Yeah. Oh,
and,
yes.
Always up to trouble and getting
Oh,
in trouble,
yeah.
But hey, you got to hand it to them. They made it work and adapted. I mean, like you said, 37 years. I mean, Bart should be, 45 years old now, right? But he's still what, 10,
Yeah.
12, whatever he is. I don't
Something
even
like
I don't even know how old he is in the show. He's a little bit, but yeah, that's I mean, to be able to stay on the air that long,
That's
with
crazy
ratings
that it's
and
still that
all the
popular.
pressures, yeah, it's still that popular. And there's not. I don't think there's.
I need to get a back scratcher.
They
to
haven't
scratch.
announced anything, have they? Like this is the last year or anything
I haven't
else? So
seen
they're
anything
still
like that.
kicking. What's that guy's name? Matt Groening. He's done a lot of things, but that was where he got his real break. It was The Simpsons.
Oh no! See, I don't know
Yeah, the
any
creator
of the
of it,
people.
I
I
think.
know that the voice of Bart Simpson is actually a female. Did she pass away though?
I don't know.
I wanna say
Nancy Cartwright.
I want to say
It's
she
one of those things
did.
I've read about, and I don't know. I don't know if she did or not.
I'm almost positive she did. I'm not sure. I say I'm almost positive, then I turn around and go, not sure. I really don't know, but I think in my brain I'm saying that. Josh says Bart Simpson waved the green flag at Daytona on Sunday.
Nobody saw
and-
me do it. Nobody can prove it. I didn't
That's
do
right.
it. Nobody saw me do it.
No, sorry, and Ricky said, "Oh, Ricky,
Yeah, I saw that.
25 years ago today, NASCAR lost Dale Earnhardt Sr."
Yep.
I still remember
it.
that like it was yesterday. Watching that race, I was
Daytona.
laying on my couch, watching that race, and when he hit that wall, and he did not get out of that car, the hair on my, I got chill bumps all over my body. I knew in my bones. And my stepdad called, and he said, "Hey, you watching the race?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "You see Earnhardt hit that wall?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "That ain't good." I said, "Yeah, I don't have a good feeling about this one." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, I don't either. I don't." And then, they kept, talking, and they were just like, "What's going on? We don't know."
It happened right at the end of the race.
And
you
it was
know?
just-
It was just right.
Oh gosh,
I don't know if it
see,
was
I got
the-
chill bumps again.
I don't know if it was the last lap or
It was
not.
close.
You know,
It was
but
kind of
it was.
towards the end. But, Michael Waltrip won that race.
Yeah.
And, he was celebrating, and as he's celebrating, they tell him that Dale Earnhardt did not make it. And you can just see his whole face change. It was awful listening to that and watch, just knowing that I was watching that when that happened. Just really, because sometimes you hear about stuff happening and you're like, you go back and look at it, and it's like, but at the time, the very moment that it happened,
Live.
so many people, millions of
television.
people were watching that. And it's something they'll never forget, because we're just not programmed to be able to see things like that and just move on past it.
Steve says it was on the last lap.
It was the last lap. I
I
think
remembered
it was.
it was right at the end. I didn't know if it was the last one or just right. I guess it would have had to have been, because if it hadn't been the last lap, they would have stopped it. Stopped the race, or
I can't
what they
remem-
call it, put a caution flag.
Did Junior come in second in that race? I can't
I
remember.
don't remember.
It was something. I just remember Michael Waltrip winning. But
Gosh, Teresa,
yeah,
it's one
every
of,
time.
It's one of those moments that I remember where I was when I heard it.
Yeah,
My wife and I were building a house, the house we live in now in Jemison, and a Sunday afternoon we visited the house to see what progress had been done, on the work for the week, and we we rented a house here in Clanton while we were building it, and it came. We went to get some lunch. We went through the drive-through at the old Dairy Delight. It's torn down now. Had a really narrow drive-through, if you all recall, but for some reason we were in the drive-through when it came over the radio that he was dead, and it was just like, oh my gosh!
And I'm going to tell you, the amount of memorabilia that was sold, like from the time they announced it to today, people still buy his stuff. And one of the things so when I was working the Motorsports Hall of Fame, they've had his bus there on display for, I guess, the last 2 or 3 years maybe. And that was one of the things I did was I sat on that bus, and people came in and would go through it, and I would tell them things about it that they may not have known. It was in pristine condition. Pristine.
I bet.
All right, it's 7:33. It is 7:33. We're gonna
Just
take
wait
a
till it's
break.
34 and start over.
No. We're gonna take a break. When we come back, we'll finish talking about Dale Earnhardt, and then we got some other things to get to as well. I've got some pizza is causing some backlash in Florida, and we'll talk about that. So stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here in Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studio. We'll be right back.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
We are back. The time is 7:36.
You got that out. No
You're
problem
listening
there.
to I'm here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. He had to tell me, what time it was so I could spit it out without stumbling all over myself here. My phone is just not updating to our screen for some reason. Steve confirmed I did have that right. It was Michael Waltrip and Junior 1 and 2 that won the race the year that
The Daytona race when Dale Sr. was killed.
Oh my goodness, it's still It still hurts me that, because I was pulling for him so hard. And actually, here's the thing. I was pulling for all three of them,
Yeah, that weren't they all on the same team?
Yeah, and I want to say Earnhardt was actually pushing one of them. I want to say he was pushing Michael
I think he was.
when the accident happened. And then I think Junior went around it and kept going, and that's how they ended up going 1-2. Trying to remember, that's so long ago, but I feel like I'm right on that because I was watching it.
We talked one day about I visited my wife and I visited the Daytona track, and we got
never been.
They have like a little, I don't know if it's called a museum or what, but they have a little place you can go in and they show you different things, and they had a section of their, one of the curves track, and it's like 30 degrees, and you think, well, that's not that steep. But when you stand next to 30 degrees, it is like you can't.
It's
I don't
like
know
a
if
mountain.
You couldn't hardly walk up it. And then the guy explained that you had to be going. I think he said 95 to even miles per hour to even hold the curve, or
That's
else you
why-
would just come down into the infield.
That's why they're doing this. I used to think it was to keep their tires cool, and maybe that's part of it. But a lot of that is so that they're not, they're doing this.
They're
through
not
the-
coming down because it
And
is
then-
steep and it's
then-
big. It's like 3 or 4 lanes, so it's like 31 out here in front of the station, about that wide. I mean,
Yeah.
doesn't look that wide
wild.
on television, but when you're standing there, it is.
Yeah. Now hold up. So I just saw something that came through a second ago. Ricky and Steve are on their way. I guess it's Santa Rosa Beach. They're talking about going to Bud and Alley's at noon today.
Is that a place there?
That's a very popular place. What in the
Well,
world?
you
Where
guys
was
be
my
careful.
invite? Not that I could have gone, but I mean, I like to be invited.
Take the show.
I could
Take
not-
the show on the road.
I would take the show on the road down there. I'd do that in a heartbeat. Bud and Alley's is fantastic. I love that
and that
place.
is where you said
Santa Rosa Beach, Destin.
Okay.
It's kind of all
Right.
in that general area. I love it down there. It's
That's
so,
west of Panama City.
Yeah,
Yep.
I just absolutely love it down there.
Cool. Hope they have a great time. I bet they will.
I'm sure they will. Have a blast. Yucking it up down there while we're up here slaving away. It's okay. I'm not bitter.
Yeah,
Bitter
I'm not bitter. Y'all have fun.
We
kinda like,
saw this
I'm not
story.
angry.
Well, I saw this story, and Mike is still questioning me on whether this is really true or not. And I promise you that it is true.
They say it happens. Or it's happened.
It's it's allegedly,
Happening.
reportedly, but I know for a fact, based off this story, that it really
Yeah.
truly happened. There was a
It's on Channel
restaurant
6
owner
website.
in Florida
North Palm Beach.
who caused a stir after selling pizza that had iguana as a topping.
Iguana meat.
Iguana meat.
I like mine with pepperoni, mushroom, and the iguana. Thank you.
Buck's coal-fired pizza created a firestorm when he put iguana as a topping.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. What happened was they had a hard freeze.
Sounds like a publicity stunt to me.
And
though,
when you
Trees.
have a hard freeze down in Florida, iguanas like to get in the trees and stuff.
And there's a lot of them in the wild. I mean, a lot. They just kind of, I don't know if they all escaped, from their pet owners or what. But look out. They're in the bushes.
But when it's cold like that, the iguanas, they
They're-
freeze
it's
and
a-
just fall out of the trees like coconut.
They're a
just, It's
reptile.
just pow, pow, pow.
So they're cold-blooded.
Yes.
They don't have a heart. Doesn't do quite the same thing that ours does. It keeps us temperature regulated.
Now look, if you're going to people will eat roaches and ants and squirrel and other stuff. Why not iguana? Now, would I do it? Absolutely not. But I'm just saying, and they're falling out of the trees. What else you going to do with them? Just scoop them up and dump them in a dumpster somewhere?
Did you ever see the movie The Freshman? Marlon Brando and
No.
Matthew Broderick. It's about a scam that these guys run. I forget what they called it. The something club, endangered species club or something, and they would act like they were like Marlon Brando and another guy. They were in on it together. and they would swindle these people to make them think they were eating an endangered species, like this is the one of 5 of these lizards is left in the wild, and it's available for $10,000 a plate or whatever it was. It was
And they
really,
were probably eating really chicken.
oh,
or
and that was funny
steak.
because they'd go back to the kitchen. So what do we have? And I says, well, I have a fine turkey with a some sort of, I forget what his preferred spices were. That was even part of the movie. But anyway,
That's
it's-
hilarious.
It sounds like that to me a little bit, Treese. I don't know if people are eating iguana meat for
Well,
real.
It says here, his buddy was like,
Hey,
would
man,
you-
it'd be a good idea.
would you put some iguana on it? And he's like, well, why not? Let's try it.
He
So
said
he did.
absolutely. So, yeah.
I guess I will. And the restaurant ended up receiving about 1,500 calls for iguana pizza. But then people couldn't mind their own business. I don't know why they just couldn't worry about it. They started calling the health department. I don't understand. Well, first of all, I don't understand why. If you're not eating it, why is it your business to call the health department on him?
Yeah.
But I think it's because I'm pretty sure iguana is not one of those approved things that you
Yeah,
can sell.
it made me think of a lot of stuff like that. You know,
I
is
think
that
that's probably
that's
it.
something the government would
But
be
I
involved
just
in?
think they should have worried about their own self, really.
Let the private markets or
Yes.
the free
Why
markets
not?
decide if they want to try iguana meat or not. Says that he got over 1,500 telephone calls about it.
Like, yeah.
That's
put
a
it
lot of phone
online.
calls.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
I'll try it. Let me try it.
Well, let me think about it. If you're going to put what are anchovies? Aren't they some sort of
It's a
fish? Some sort. Yeah, exactly. Very pungent.
They stink.
Yeah, that's what
and
I
they're
meant.
salty.
I was being nice.
Oh my gosh.
But anyway,
Now I like caviar.
well, I mean, those are fish eggs, you know.
Yeah.
So
That's actually I'd never had it before. Well, when I had it,
roe.
it was on top of some sushi, and it had a sweet taste to it, and it was really good.
I'm not sure I want to talk about fish eggs and sushi and
I'm just saying,
iguana meat.
it's good.
So, would this iguana meat would it be like a fillet?
I don't know.
They
Well-
have enough meat to fillet?
I guess because he was using it as a topping, so he's probably chopping it up
know.
like bacon
I'm
bits
just
or something.
trying to-
But I mean, no,
Come to grips
now
with it.
look, I'm not going to eat it.
Of course, think
I'm
about it.
just
Somebody could
saying.
look at a cow and go, "You eat those things?"
Yeah, I'm not.
You
I
know,
wouldn't.
or a pig, you know, and say, "You actually eat those things?"
Yeah, don't offer me up to be a guinea pig on it because I'm not going to try it. I'm just not going to do it. Ugh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put that picture in your head.
Well, yeah. And iguanas are a reptile, and I'm not big on reptiles.
But you know, if you remember, I don't know if you said this or not, but that when they do freeze, they literally they fall out of the
They
trees.
do. They just go plunk
and they look. I don't know if they're dead or not.
like a hickory nut, just
But I
falling
guess they
out.
would,
They're just all.
they'd be easy to gather, in that
It's
in
been
that
a
position.
couple years ago, but Florida did have a bad freeze, and it was like you could see pictures of these iguanas just laid out everywhere. I mean, seriously, you had iguana carcasses all over the place. And I don't know that all of them died, but I think most of them are dead.
I don't know, but
I mean, I don't,
like I said, they're easy pickings when they're in that position, right? So that would be probably less than seasonal
yeah.
because you're not going to have
Well,
that kind of cold weather.
He can't do it
Every year.
anymore, even though it's highly sought after. He said he's not going to be doing it anymore. Apparently, the ruckus was too much. So if you were one of the people that got to try it, you were
So-
an elite group. You're not going to get to try it again.
Speaking of pizza, are you one of those folks that likes to experiment?
Nope.
Or you pretty much got yours
Got mine down. I know what I like cheese pizza.
cheese?
I
Okay.
like sausage.
Okay.
I like pepperoni.
Okay.
All right. And then I like the ones that have all the stuff on it, like the olives and the onions and the peppers.
Yeah, the
Like one that's got the
supreme.
ham and I like all that stuff.
Right.
But don't start throwing stuff that doesn't make sense to me. Like, don't put anchovies and don't put pineapple.
Oh, you're not a pineapple.
Now I will say
The
there
ham.
was one thing that I tried that I did not think I would like, and ended up being one of my favorite pizzas, and that is the barbecue chicken pizza.
Yeah.
Those are super good.
It is good. Barbecue pizza is good.
I
Ricky
love
says
barbecue
back to the
pizza.
iguanas that they thaw out when it warms up. So I didn't think they were all dead, but I guess if it was cold enough, like freezing, they probably some die just like we would, you know.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
so.
But I'm kind of a traditionalist too.
Yeah,
The pizza. I like the pepperoni, the little red pepper on it, you know, a little hot pepper on it. But my wife now, she's a bit of an experimenter. She will go with the spinach and the chicken and the white sauce and the.
I've had an chicken Alfredo pizza.
Yeah, that's
before.
that's
It wasn't
actually
bad.
probably what she calls it.
It wasn't bad. It's not my favorite. It's
Yeah.
not good something
well,
that
I mean, and I've had it, and it's not bad.
If you go
but-
somewhere that like has like a buffet and they offer you little pieces to try,
Yeah.
I'll probably try it. Am I going to order a whole pizza like that? Absolutely not.
yeah,
No, I'm not going to eat it.
But anyway, I had my doubts when I read this story about the iguana that they were actually cutting these animals up and
Well,
putting
they
the meat
did.
on the pizza.
He did.
Well, okay, Bucks.
All right.
But again, he only did it for a while. Apparently, didn't create that market.
That's
he
over
thought.
with quickly.
Of course, that'd be one way to get rid of them if they
Yeah.
were a nuisance.
True.
Come up and put them on your pizza.
All right. It's 7:48. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, yikes! I got so tickled at this next story. UAB coach Andy Kennedy.
Yeah.
He made a quote that has owned me, and we're going to talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasting live from the Clinton Truck Studio. Stay with us.
Need care fast? Come see us at Children Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
Are you tired of big box stores where you're just another number? You deserve better. Furniture that's built to last from people who treat you like family. At Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, we do things differently. As an employee-owned company, we take pride in personal service. We'll listen to what you need and help you find the perfect piece for your home from trusted, top-notch name brand. Whether it's a cozy sofa for movie nights, a dining set built for real life, or a recliner that melts the stress away, we've got you covered. Don't settle for less. Experience the difference at Farmers Home Furniture in Clanton, where you're not just a customer, you're family. We are back. The time is 7:51. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasted live from the Clanton Tractor Studio. We still can't get off the iguana on the topping
we
for
were
a pizza.
discussing that.
Oh,
How do you skin them? Do you just bake them whole and
yeah.
you know, take it apart like you would a rotisserie chicken?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Rotisserie
I don't even
iguana.
know.
Going around. Ooh, it's so good. You know, I like mine with butter and I'm kidding. I never had any.
I,
Like I said, I just think that was a publicity stunt. Here we are talking about it,
I
1,000 miles
don't.
away.
I believe it really is real.
Yeah, it probably was. And you said that they basically, the health department stepped in and said,
Yeah, they called
No
people
more.
called the health department and said, "No, you're not.
yeah, exactly.
You are not putting iguana on the top of your pizza, sir."
Not been certified.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I would not do it.
Would you try it?
No.
Oh,
I'm not even
okay.
gonna. No, don't even give me any to try.
Yeah.
It took me a long time to get past. Like, so my stepdad, he hunts, and he likes to do, he does deer.
As a
And-
game night, and he means a different kind of game.
Yes, and for the longest time, he would cook up deer meat, and my mom and they'd sit there and eat it up like it was nothing, and I was going, Well, and then I got a hold of some, and I didn't know that it was deer meat, and I was like, I ate it. I
good.
said, "Oh, this is really good. What is it?" And he was like, "Venison," and I was like, "This is deer meat," and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay,
Yeah.
I'm down for it." Not my sister. My sister and her friend.
Uh-oh.
We were all three visiting my stepdad. It was after my mom passed away, and he was so lonely. He was by himself, and so us
Yeah.
girls, we would go up there on the
Cheered him
weekends
up.
and cheer him up.
There you go.
He was so pitiful, and he loved it when we came, and he would cook a spread. My grandmother still lived with him at the time too, because he'd promised my mom, "Your mama always has a place with me."
Well,
he
that's
was
very
making
nice.
it. So we would go up there and visit my grandmother and my stepdad. And he was cooking that stuff up, he was cooking up the backstrap, which is, if you've never had backstrap, fried up in flour and oil and put gravy on it like it's a cube steak or something, you are missing out. That stuff is so good. Mary, it's good just without the gravy and stuff. That just brings it to a whole nother level. So he cooked up all that stuff for us, and my sister and her friend had no idea what it was, and she's eating it. They're so, this is good, and they were like, "What is this?" And he said, "Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's venison." And my sister went, spit it out, put it in a napkin, rolled it up, put her plate. Her friend put their plate up, and friend went upstairs and started getting sick immediately.
Oh,
and my
gosh.
sister was so upset because she was eating that stuff, and she was like, I don't think deep down, I don't think she's ever really forgiven him for that. I'll be honest.
My grandfather liked to eat squirrel.
He does that too.
Yeah. My grandmother would fix it like in a stew. But
Yeah,
I could
I've
not
heard
eat
people
it. I
doing
would
that.
not. I would not eat it.
You
I'm
wouldn't
sorry.
do it.
I
You were like,
just
"No,
couldn't.
not today."
Not any day. But I guess if you had to, I mean, people eat it all the time. It's just a little mammal, a little furry mammal.
Furry mammal. Ugh.
Well, that's what it is. So. But he liked them. He'd go out and hunt, shoot a couple of them, bring them back. And my grandmother would skin it now. It wouldn't be Granddaddy to do it. He'd just like bring it in and, like the caveman, grunt or whatever, and then she would skin it and prepare it.
Now, my stepdad would eat squirrel, and he
Yeah.
had my son, and I think
Yeah.
I've told this story before. When I opened up the freezer, or no, it was a refrigerator, and they had a skinned squirrel soaking, and that squirrel is just like, and I mean, I screamed bloody murder. I did not know that they had done that, because my son was just out there with, his little gun that my stepdad had given him, and he came back and he said, "Papa, if I shoot the squirrel, will you cook it?" He said, "Yeah, you shoot a squirrel, we'll cook it up." I mean, and I didn't know. I mean,
could
he
do
was
it?
out there in the woods and just having him a good old time, and I didn't know he had done that, and I certainly wasn't expecting to open up the refrigerator and see it soaking in something.
Looking back at you.
Oh my gosh, with no skin
help
on
me.
it.
Help me. Help me get out of here.
I just,
Obviously, it's still right there.
yeah, it is. That stayed with me a minute because my son was about 10 years old and he's 25 now, and I've never forgotten it. It's not something that I'm likely gonna just let move on. It's like stuck right there. I can't remember a lot of stuff that I can remember.
Yeah, I know. Some things are just
Traumatizing enough. But he also
burned into our brains.
my stepdad had a creek down at the bottom of they lived way up on a hill. It's kind of like a little chalet where they lived.
Yeah.
And he said, Papa, if I catch some crawfish, can we cook that up? And my stepdad said, yeah, if you catch some crawfish, we'll cook it up. Well, he caught 3. And they took them out. And I'm telling you, the meat out of this crawfish was like the size of a nickel.
Yeah.
And my stepdad gets that butter and the seasonings up, and he's frying up these 3 little pieces of crawfish for my son to eat.
Right out of the creek.
Funny. I was like, they were like, you want some? And I was like, I do not. I
Enjoy
absolutely
it.
I do not.
Enjoy.
I just can't. I can eat the meat from a crawfish.
Little sauteed crawfish.
But I am not. I guess what I'm not doing. I'm not breaking it off, and I'm not doing the stuff, and I'm not doing all that. That's not happening.
What is it? Suck the head and eat the tail.
Nope.
I don't do that either. I will eat the tail, and very
Yeah,
rarely
I'll
do you ever
pinch it
have
up
to
and
peel
eat
it.
it, but I'm not
I'd
doing the
rather
other
pay
part.
somebody to do all that if I can, and just have the meat there.
Yeah.
And
Ugh.
but I'm trying to remember where we would go, and we would see, and they would have crawfish all the time, and we would get it, and sometimes it would be like crawfish etouffee, which is just a
That is good, by the way.
is that rice, I guess?
Yes.
And then there would be some other like crawfish pie, Hank Williams song singing about crawfish pie, and they have vegetables and stuff in it,
But
just like
see-
a chicken pot pie, except it was a crawfish pie.
I heard people call them crayfish when I was younger, but crawdaddies is what I've known them by. Crawdaddies or crawdads, but
Yeah.
I always call
We have
them.
them in our creek. I see some every now and then in
Yeah.
our creek.
Now, I love me some shrimp.
Oh yeah,
I'll eat shrimp just about any way you want to give it to me. I love it. And I eat oysters too. I like them fried, steamed, baked. I'll eat those.
I'm kind of a hit and miss guy with oysters.
Yeah.
The raw ones especially, they have to look a certain way for me to try it.
Yeah.
And those things are slimy is the only word I can think of. They're just slimy.
Little
And,
bit.
they're not something that I rarely order those. Although I will eat them occasionally. My wife likes the raw ones in particular, and so we'll get that. Try it out.
So they're cracking down on restaurants right now when it comes to seafood. There
about
could
all
be,
the fake mislabeling.
Well, it could be penalties that could be coming to Alabama restaurants if they fail to label seafood correctly. They have to disclose where their seafood product is coming from, and the failure to do so could result in the loss of points from previous state health department sanitation score.
I forget the name of the restaurant in Biloxi. It was just a famous seafood restaurant, and they were busted not too long ago for selling, this, serving you this kind of fish, but telling you it was another kind of fish, a more expensive fish. Mm-hmm. Kind of like the freshman movie I was describing, where you're eating the endangered species.
Yeah.
It's not really. You're really having turkey, but that's just it. That's just it's a deception. I mean, it's a deceptive practice, and you don't want to go to some restaurant to get a all beef hamburger, and then it turned
Right.
out to be something different.
Yeah,
So-
don't try to fool me like that. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Because if I find out about it,
It's
gonna be a problem.
It's our trust.
All right, it's 8:01. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we got to talk about an avalanche that happened and some
know.
skiers that they are still searching
Saw
for.
that.
And then we'll talk about UAB head coach Andy Kennedy. Whew, 'cause
where's
what he
the-
said was funny.
Where's the beef?
Oh yeah, we're talking about Wendy's
Yeah.
too. Yeah, Wendy's is in the news, and we'll talk about them. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasted live from the Clanton Track Studios. We'll be right back.
Traditions come and go, but excellent service and compassionate care are benchmarks in any era. That's what Ellison Memorial Funeral Home is committed to providing you. Whether through the pre-arrangement process or seeking services at your time of loss, Ellison Memorial offers a noticeable level of care and attention to detail. Others do not. So before making a decision based on yesterday's traditions, experience the Ellison difference when it comes to your loved one's final arrangements. You'll be glad you did. Call us today at 205-280-4600. Ellison Memorial Funeral Home, setting the new standard in local funeral service excellence. We are always here when you need us.
Underage drinking is deemed by many adults to be a rite of passage. Parents who host parties for youth may think they are being protective, but they are actually putting their youth at risk of physical and social consequences. Know the truth. Underage drinking and social hosting is a bad mix. For more information, contact Central Alabama Wellness, 205-651-0077, or visit centralalabamawellness.org.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local-based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Need care fast? Come see us at Chilton Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years, we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
We are back. The time is 8:07. You're listening to Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike here with you on this Wednesday morning, hump day, which I...
Oh, come on, get excited.
Hump day!
There you go. That's better. That's better. People want you to do that.
Oh, gosh. You know, we've been talking about food all morning long. Steve said he mixed up some shrimp Creole Sunday night. I bet that stuff was good, too.
Did you see...
Oh, so I'm not seeing some of the
was
stuff
it
you're
Steve's
seeing.
Suggestion? Yeah, he said, cook you up some squirrel brains and eggs. And he says, yum, yum.
No,
Steve, I hope
must
I
have
never get
missed
that
that.
hungry, man, just to be honest with you.
Oh, no, thank you. No, I'm good. I am so good. Yeah.
What about some of the, we haven't heard from any of our ladies much today. I was curious if
No,
anybody has ever, what would be the most interesting game that you ever, the meal you prepared? What would it be? Would it be iguana or
Yeah, I mean-
squirrel or
I mean, the only thing I've
ground
ever
chuck?
cooked like that is the deer meat.
yeah.
That's it. I've never cooked up anything, and nor would I.
I have nothing against deer meat. I've eaten some of it, not a lot, but some.
I've had alligator before. I went to a restaurant. They had alligator
did too.
bites that were really good. I've had frog legs before.
We used to
Those are
serve.
okay.
I worked at a restaurant when I was a student at Auburn, and we served frog legs. I never ate one, but
yeah, they were good.
They told me it tasted like chicken.
It does.
Okay.
It does.
Yep.
So
That's what they said.
I'm just going to eat chicken.
Yeah. Yes, me too.
Just eat
Me
chicken.
too.
Does it
Me
taste like
too.
chicken?
And I like the normal chicken. I
Yes.
don't like the hyped up, over injected, the massive, scary looking chicken wing.
Yeah.
I like the regular size bird.
So, since we're still on food, we'll just go ahead and talk about Wendy's.
do it.
Wendy's is set to close hundreds of stores because they say they're trying to do some downsizing to help boost their sales. I guess the underperforming stores
Yeah,
are going
that's
to
right.
go away.
That's right. They typically close those types of stores. That
About 300 to 360
I thought I'd
stores
read
are going to go
around
away.
350 for
That's
something
a
stuck
lot,
in my mind.
though.
That is, but they have thousands of stores. So, but their market share has dropped, just like a lot of these older. You look at McDonald's and you say they've been doing it for 60, 70 years, maybe even. Well, yeah, that's about right. And it's pretty amazing they can stay on top like they do. Especially with all the negativity sometimes that you hear about McDonald's, with the quality of the food and how healthy it is or lack thereof. And yet it's still really popular. But, I mean, like Burger King, they used to be number 2. Now they're down to like 4 or 5. They've dropped quite a bit themselves.
Yeah, I don't hardly see a Burger King much anymore. And here, my a girl on my Facebook page said, I'm doing this challenge, and she bought a burger and some fries, and she just left them out to see what would happen. Nothing happened.
I know.
When I say nothing, I mean it still looks exactly like it did the day she bought it, and
Yeah.
that is scary.
Yeah, that's right.
Maybe the fries were getting a little bit of a discolor, but the bun and the meat and all the stuff on the burger looks exactly the same.
I've seen
it got a little harder, but
similar
that's it.
Experiments where people do that and then
Like,
leave it and
oh my
say,
gosh.
this looks basically the same as it did 40 years ago when I bought it.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I've heard about people doing that.
She was showing it. She was showing the progression, and I was like, that is wild.
That's all the preservatives and
I
stuff they
know.
have in there,
And I'm
it's-
like, and that's what we're putting in our body.
they embalm the hamburgers.
Yes, that's exactly what it seems like.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Hate to use that
Oh my
word
gosh.
in that context. Hey, we got a good comment, I think, here from Steve. He says, their quality to my Wendy's has suffered. And it was basically about the time that Dave Thomas, their founder and owner, passed away. And he used to do the commercials, and he was just kind of I call him a stodgy Midwesterner, just
Yeah.
matter of fact. But then he kind of learned his, got his, he kind of, I don't know, how can I say
A
it? He became,
soft-hearted, gruff guy.
yeah, he became more friendly when he, became richer.
See, are they?
Deborah
are these,
says that she really likes frog legs. No, actually, she said no frog legs.
no
for
frog
her,
legs for
please.
her.
Yeah.
I'm wondering because like McDonald's and Burger King's, they're franchisable. So
Yeah, they are franchises,
I don't wonder if
right.
the Wendy's are too. So
I'm sure they are.
So the chains are just basically pulling the franchises from these people that are not performing the
That's
way
right.
they should. That makes sense.
Yep.
Wendy's is just too stark for me. When you walk in, and really they're all getting that way, but you walk in and there's like nothing on the table. You know, it's just table, chair. I mean, it's just so just, I don't know.
Stark is a good word, you know.
But I don't like the McDonald's. I liked McDonald's before when it had all the characters everywhere and the seats were shaped like an arch.
In the playground.
It looked like, you know.
My granddaughter wants to go, hey, what happened to the
Yes.
playground, man?
I just don't, I'm just not crazy about the way they've changed it. And they made McDonald's more like a coffee shop type of thing rather than, you know, a place for kids, which I think was a grave mistake.
I think it's hilarious to go in there, go on the kiosk. They have kiosks now. You can order. You have to.
I struggle with that thing.
I mean, you don't have to, but they give you the option of ordering it, you know, yourself. And I've done that a couple of times. And to me, it's so funny. And then you sit there and wait, and you sit there and wait, and then they bring it out finally. But it's just, I don't know. It's funny to me how we've made it more convenient for them, not necessarily for us. Mm-hmm. Because like you said, if you don't know how to navigate that thing, because it does take, you have to remember, even if you mess up and have to start over, I guess it's not the end of the world. But
It's not, but here's the thing. I can walk up to you and say, I'd like a number one with a Coke, please. And they go, bump,
and they do it.
bump.
Yeah.
That's, you know, $12 and whatever because everything's outrageous now. Or I can go over this thing and go, click, click. Oh, no, that's the wrong thing. Back out. Go back.
Yep.
It takes me 15 minutes to order something that takes them exactly 5 seconds to do.
That's right.
I would much rather just go. I don't want to do all that. I want to just go. That's why customer service has gone down is because we're letting machines fill that spot. And I
Yep.
don't like it. Do
Yep.
not like it at all. Yeah.
I just think when you look at the most successful franchises, they are all about customer service.
Yeah. Chick-fil-A, number one.
Yep. And I forget, I was some comedian I saw the other day, and he had some line like, I was at XYZ, let's just say some other Jack in the Box, something that's not around here.
Mm-hmm.
And the person said, my pleasure, instead of, thank you or something. And I said, oh my God, they're stealing from Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
But if I was in the business, what's wrong? There's nothing, they can't trademark that phrase,
I know.
So why? I mean, that's a great, and they say that all the time, and that's where they're trained. So
That's
it's
when
really
I worked
good.
there, if it got
You worked
crazy,
at Chick-fil-A?
I did. I was a marketing person.
Oh, okay.
And I would have to hop on a register, if I happened to be there during lunch and it was like
Help
crowded.
out.
And I would, hand out the, thank you, my pleasure. And I mean, people really respond to
They
that
do.
in
They
a
do.
positive way. Nobody ever goes, blank your pleasure or whatever. They're like, oh, it just kind of makes you feel. I don't know. They bring your tray to you if
Yep.
you have to sit down, and they come and wipe the table down. May I get you a refill? Why, yes, you may.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than just
I
a
like it.
fast food place,
Yeah.
isn't it? Right.
Yeah, and you don't have to leave a tip, and you still get a little bit of service. And I mean, it's just part of their whole experience, and I love it.
Well,
Absolutely love it.
they're also being challenged. The competitors aren't just going to sit back and let them, dominate them. Although it still happens.
Mm-hmm.
But there's reports, that their customer satisfaction has slipped a little.
Who, Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, Chick-fil-A. It's what I was reading the other day. Now, not
Really?
to the point where they're panicking or anything. They have no reason to panic, but they just attributed it to the fact that the competitors are getting better. Because if you don't
Yeah,
go,
because they were like,
oh yeah, head
way
and shoulders.
above.
Now they're just head better than everybody.
Yeah.
So maybe they've made everybody step up.
Yep. I want to talk about UAB head coach Andy Kennedy.
He's quite a character. He's always been quite a character if you know him. He was a former basketball player there too. He was a great ball player there.
So
So
I
he's like 6'7", 6'8", so he's a big tall guy.
I'm telling you, what he said has owned me. And it's kind of what everybody is thinking right now with this NIL business, because he blasted his team after they missed 12 of 22 layup attempts on Sunday against Tulane.
You understand the layup is like when you're standing right at the basket.
Yeah, right at the basket.
Right, mhm.
And they missed it.
The kind you should be making a lot more than
Yes.
12 out of 22.
He says, these are college scholarship players that are making more money than most people in this room. Is it too much to ask you to make a layup? I mean, we're in bozo land, man.
Bozo. You know
He's
who Bozo
not
is,
wrong.
right?
Bozo the Clown,
Of course.
absolutely.
I was talking to somebody the other day, and they're like, who? I'm like, you're just way too young. But yeah, Andy Kennedy, he played at UAB, coached at UAB, went to Ole Miss, was there, pretty successful, but they didn't progress, I guess, enough, and he lost that job, and he came back to UAB. But he's always been a guy, he doesn't sugarcoat stuff very well, Therese. He tells it like it is. And you got these guys, and it's not just the money that they're making, but the fact that they're college basketball players. This is the shortest, closest shot you can make other than a dunk, and you can't make half of them, or barely make half of them. So that's what he was upset about.
Well, and I think here's the thing, too. I mean, you're making that kind of money, and it's like I can't use the word I want to use, but you're just, if I make it, I'll make it. If I don't, I don't. I'm still getting my XYZ money.
You talking about when they call it the half effort?
Half effort, yes,
you go.
thank you.
Notice how I cleaned that up for you.
Did I couldn't think of the word, and
Yeah.
I said halfway.
Right. Well, that's pretty close. That's the same thing, I believe.
Half effort, yes. All right, it's 8:18. Baden's telling me I must take a break, and we're going to do so that we can promote our sponsors of our morning show and of the Piper Peach radio station. So y'all stay with us. When we come back, we're going to talk about the avalanche that happened in Northern California, and then we got a new bill that has been introduced here for the state of Alabama, and I think it is a good one. So y'all stay with us. You're listening to More Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Therese and Mike broadcasting live from the Clanton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984. Need care fast? Come see us at Chilton Urgent Care, 1210 7th Street South in Clanton. We offer efficient care with minimal wait times and a wide array of services, including on-site x-rays, wound care, and quick assistance with urgent needs. Medicare and most private insurance and private pay welcome. No appointment needed. Walk in Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 8 to 4. Call 205-280-0620. Chilton Urgent Care. Quality care when you need it. Some family traditions begin with an ending. Lasting family legacies are established at Martin Funeral Home, where for over 100 years we have served the families in our community. Bobby, Donnie, Norma, and our family at Martin Funeral Home would like to express our sincere gratitude for allowing us to serve your family. Every life story deserves the perfect setting. We are here to make that happen for you and your loved one. We offer traditional funeral home services, and we are now excited to be the home of the first crematory in Clanton, Alabama. Our goal is to serve our families no matter what their needs are. Martin Funeral Home, serving Chilton County since 1921. Please give us a call at 205-755-3550.
We are back. The time is 8:23. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasting live from the Clayton Tractor Studios. We were talking about UAB coach Andy Kennedy. I can understand why he feels the way he does. I mean, because not only are you college athletes, but now these college athletes are wanting the money.
They're getting the
and
money.
they're getting the money,
Yep.
but you're not seeing the same effort. And I knew that this was going to happen, and I feel like this is a prime example of we give the money, and then they don't give
They don't
their
deliver.
100%.
Right. They don't. Well, and this-
Because why should they? They're getting the money.
Well, but they have to develop, and it won't take them long, Treese. They'll figure it out soon. Mm-hmm. If I don't perform, I won't be getting the money.
And I won't go to the NBA because
you know,
they're going to say
that's the thing. But I looked at this game. I went back and looked at the game Saturday for that UAB playing at home against Tulane in a conference game there. They lost 55-54, so they lost by 1 point. So when he says they missed 12 layup attempts, meaning 12, what we would almost think of as a sure thing, they missed 12 of them. They need to make one more, and they would have won that game. And that's part of his frustration, I'm sure.
yeah, because it's
like,
lazy at that point.
This game was right in front of us for our taking, and we blew it. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's basically saying. And then you go back and people are looking for reasons why. And, I mean, I don't know. I don't read a lot about Coach Saban over at Alabama, but I do know that one of the reasons that he gave when he left was this NIL thing. Mm-hmm. He was like, the players are basically, and I know I'm not. Please don't take me as quoting him, but it was basically saying that the players are just they feel so entitled. Mm-hmm. And you have to re-recruit your team every year. Mm-hmm. And I read that in another related story, or maybe unrelated, but I'll tell you about that in a minute. But the same thing is college basketball. All the sports are being, I call it, infected with it now.
Exactly. That's a good term,
and that is I really like the way you said it, though, that the effort is not there. And I never really thought that would cause that, because I guess I was raised to believe that, my effort at my job affected my pay.
Yeah.
And I still believe
That's
that.
true.
But these guys are, like I said, they're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars, some of them, and they're not performing.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, layups, or, it's like the easiest shot in the game.
Yeah. Good
And
morning,
they missed
Timothy.
a bunch of them. Sorry.
That's okay. Steve says once the scouts point out that they are lazy, they'll change their outlook.
Right.
On life, and that I maybe, but that's going to have to happen first. These scouts are going to have to say, look, we want to recruit people, but what we're seeing right now is not recruit worthy. He's like, we're not going to recruit these guys to go and and try to play, and we're not going to tap them for the NBA if this is how they're going to play, because we need you want wins. You know what I'm saying?
You got to have them.
You got to have them. I mean, that's how coaches lose their jobs, is when they're not winning. And
you imagine?
If it's the players' fault because they're not putting the effort in, how do you combat that? Because the players don't have. I mean, you're Nick Saban and a player disrespects you, that tells you all you need to know about where we are in this world, because that is not somebody that you disrespect. You know what I'm saying? He commands
yes,
it.
I do. I do.
He commands
understand.
it and
No, you shouldn't
demands
do
it, and he did the whole time he was there, regardless of whether they were winning or losing. And then that last year or two, he was seeing, even I can't make a difference in these guys. So this is where I'm just, I'm tired. I don't have to do this. I'm not going to do it anymore.
He went to the professionals, for a couple years, and he was the Miami Dolphins coach.
Yeah.
Left LSU after winning the national championship there, went to Miami, cashing in on it, making big money. Found that the players were just the laissez-faire, they were, whatever. They were just kind of like what Coach Kennedy was talking about, was they just don't put out the same effort, or they're not coachable. And, he is used to being the guy in charge. And then, now he's got all these people, like you said, challenging him, being respectful to him. And he said, okay, I've had enough. And, of course, there was rumors going around not too long ago that he was coming back to coach. He was going to coach some other team. That hasn't happened. I don't know that it will happen. I doubt it will happen. I mean, he's in his early 70s, so I just don't see him starting over again somewhere, although he certainly could. I mean, he sure could. And somebody would certainly give him a chance, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
absolutely
would.
They would.
But that's just it. They've the players, and it's all evolving. Again, I think the players will figure out, man, if I'm going to make $250,000, I got to really earn it. They're just not going to give it to me because I was a superstar in high school.
Right.
But right now it's it's tough because, like I say, you got these guys who should be able to play. They're the best basketball players in the world, and they can't make the easiest shot.
Right.
So you have to think the concentration, the focus, whatever you want to say, just is not there because. And I didn't see the game. It could have been Tulane's playing fantastic defense. I don't know. But Coach Kennedy didn't like it too much.
I mean,
so I go with what he said. He'd know more about it than I would.
I mean, when your coach calls you out like that, you've been messing up.
That's right.
So I get it though. Gosh, dog, enough's enough.
A few years ago, I was watching Auburn play when Coach Bruce Pearl got to Auburn, and we were not a very good team.
We've had our ups and downs.
And everybody was going, what was this guy thinking
football.
coming to Auburn? Well, his team was unable to shoot very well, and they had a terrible night like that, like Coach Kennedy's talking about one night. And I was like, how can we have all these scholarship players and none of them can shoot the ball? That's the way I felt. I was pretty frustrated. But
that's a fair question, though.
Oh, it is, but still, you have that that happen. But I don't know. It is indicative of the temp. It's a good, what do you call it? Not a barometer, but you call it some example, maybe, whatever you call it, of what you feared would happen to college sports. Once the players started getting paid, and I guess women are getting paid some, or at least some of them are. Yeah. It depends on what they do. It's like that gymnast at LSU. I forget her name.
Oh, I forgot
Is
her
it
name
Abby
too.
or Gabby or something like that? Regardless, whatever it is, she has really turned that into turned herself into a multi-million-dollar.
The one that went to the Olympics, Gabby's?
No. I'm
this
sorry.
is
I'm sure
new.
I said that wrong. No, she's a college gymnast.
Oh,
The college gymnasts are not the best in the world. They're very good, obviously. I mean, much better than the normal gymnasts. But the ones that go to the Olympics are the elite.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Steve made a good point, too. He said Michael Jordan didn't make it to where he's at by taking it easy, or Bo Jackson. And those are good points. But, see, the kids today aren't made of the same stuff.
No, they are not.
Because they weren't getting paid to play.
That's right.
Back then. They were playing, in college and, because
Trying to get back to the station, too.
Then they got recruited to pro, and they had to perform, to stay relevant. So
absolutely,
it's not quite the same anymore, I think. All right, it's 8:31. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we will talk about, I said we would talk about the skiers for the last 3 segments, but I promise we'll talk about them when we come back.
Right, we will.
We got to talk about the new bill that's been introduced for survivors of sexual abuse. It's not just for Alabama; it's actually for the entire United States. So we'll talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
Weather update for today. It's going to be cloudy, a high of 71, 60 degrees tonight, 20% chance of rain, and a good chance of rain Thursday night into early Friday. Looks like the weekend, a bit of a mixed bag, some more rain coming up on Saturday. That's your weather update. Meteorologist JP Dice here on Piper Peach Radio.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience.
With you on this Wednesday morning, we're going to talk about this this avalanche that happened. This happened in the town of Soda Springs, California, where it recorded 30 inches of snow fell during a 24-hour period. We know what that's like one time back
2.5 feet. That's pretty close to this tabletop.
Yeah, that is a lot.
That's a lot of snow.
That's a lot of snow. But here's the thing.
You ever been out there around Lake Tahoe?
No.
Beautiful out there.
They have, okay, so they had, originally they said 16 people that were missing. It ends up there was just 15. They have found 6 skiers and 9 are still missing. But here, look, you know why you're not going to catch me skiing?
Avalanches.
Avalanches.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a
Have
pretty
they
good
not?
guess.
Have they not seen these movies? Have they not seen them? They happen.
movies.
You don't need to be doing it. I mean, don't ski where there could be avalanches because they're going to happen.
Don't do it.
Just don't do it. And I fear that, unfortunately, some of these folks are not going to make it.
I know.
And it makes me so sad. It just the thought of that just it hurts my heart.
But just watching a
here's the
video
thing, I'm just not gonna do it.
of a live avalanche, and to be thinking about being caught in that, I don't know how you would survive. Although I was reading something the other day, it said they found this person like several hours after an avalanche.
That's true. That's
so they,
true.
I don't guess they just send the Saint Bernard up anymore, with the with the rum around his neck or whatever it is that's in that barrel they wear. But something like that, just when you think about it, you hate it because they just won't. The longer it goes, the worse. It's kind of like that Miss Guthrie, Mrs. Guthrie, her situation.
Yeah.
The longer it goes, it's not good.
I agree. And we haven't had any updates that I've seen that are worth anything on that either.
Since the FBI came in, they not exactly shut it down, but they're not standing there and giving these news media their what do they call them? Not blurbs, but
very little information.
yeah, their little oh gosh, I'm sorry, like the term won't come to me, but they're not doing that now. They're basically clammed up, as the saying goes.
And I'd hoped there was like an update because the news article that was yesterday said that they were still missing, they were still being searched for. So I double checked just to see, and even the updates are saying that were like 36 minutes ago are still saying that 9 are still missing. And I don't know. It says the blizzard has worsened, which means probably they can't search for them at this point. Gosh, that just.
I've got a an old friend of mine that I used to work with. He lives out in Auburn, California. There is an Auburn, California, by the
Really?
way,
Okay.
outside of Sacramento area. And he and his wife, and I'm not sure who all it was. I think it was just theirs. They had a cabin on Lake Tahoe, or near Lake Tahoe. And he sent some pictures to me, and I guess in changing out my phones, over the years, I lost them. I don't have them
I've
anymore.
lost
But
tons that way.
Teresa, I've never seen so much snow in my life.
Yeah,
And you would think California, but it's Northern California.
right.
And it's actually, Lake Tahoe is on the California-Nevada border.
Border, yeah.
So, it's further up, but it's not far from the Rockies. So, I mean, you're going to get a lot of weather from that. But he sent some pictures where he literally had dug out. He had to dig out. He said it about killed him to do all this digging. Cleared off his front steps of his house, and then he had to dig out about, it looked like, it's taller than him. So the snow has to be 7-8 feet high. It drifts, they call it a snow drift.
Yeah.
It goes, gets and kind of stacks up, if you will, and that's probably what happened. But he still had to dig it out. And
So
it
how do
looked
you
like
prevent
little
from-
moles, going
Yeah,
through. He
how do
said,
you prevent it from blocking you in? Like, what are precautions you can take? I can't
just
imagine.
make sure you have your shovel, I guess, is what he does, He
But when
makes
you
sure.
open the door, all the snow's
Well,
gonna fall
he had
in.
like a little porch, a little overhang.
Oh, okay.
So it was apparently strong enough to hold how much snow was on the roof. I don't believe I saw a picture of his
gosh.
roof, but I can remember him showing me, what he had to do this weekend, and then he said after that we had a great time. That way I could get out and get to the firewood and whatever else he needed, at that moment. I think I told him, I said, I think I would have picked a different weekend, to go up there. But anyway, I don't know if you ever seen it or anything.
I haven't, but
I've been right outside the lake before. I mean, literally, I didn't realize how close I was one time up that way. I had some business up there, but I didn't go actually see the lake, but I just wondered. This friend of mine, he tells me he talked about it like it was the most wonderful thing ever. So I'm sure it's pretty.
oh, I'm sure it's gorgeous. And it's always pretty when we get a little snow here, but we don't know how to act, in the sunshine, much less when it snows or rains or gets ice or anything else.
2.5 feet. That's like an inch per hour.
Steve said, I said, well, what do they do? You dig out.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to have a good shovel.
Thanks.
Right, right on, Steve. We're on the same page, man.
The sarcasm on this page today is high.
That's what I'm saying. We're the ladies. We have so much. Maybe it's too much testosterone.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm just not a traveler, really. I mean, one, because I work a lot, and when I get time off, I usually go visit my baby sister or something, and so I
Right.
really don't have time or get the opportunity to travel and see places that I would love to see. One of my biggest things that I want to do is go to Ireland, and my sister and I are planning to do that in the next year or so. Hopefully, it's going to
Ireland.
be a sister trip, because we did our DNA, and we've not our DNA, but our heritage thing. We found out
Yeah.
that we're predominantly Scottish
Irish.
and Irish.
Scottish.
So yeah, we want to go check it out.
We know Scotland and Ireland are quite a far away apart from each other.
They are.
Ireland is its own island.
Yep.
And then you have Scotland in north of
Which is
England.
weird, because we have almost the same of both.
So
With
somebody
with some Welsh and
way
some
back
English
in the day,
thrown in there.
somebody traveled
Somebody
over
traveled, yeah.
either to Ireland or over to the
But
main
I've
island.
always had
main
this
island.
urge to go to Ireland. I don't know. I never have understood it. I pull to go there. I've wanted to go there. I've wanted to go to Scotland too, but I want to go there for the history and just see the beauty of it and experience that. And I just in my head, I have a vision of how it's going to be, and it's probably going to be all wrong, but I still want to go and see it for myself and feel that history. I think it would be something that
Have you
can't
ever
compare.
done your ancestry? Have you ever done any work on your ancestry?
Yeah, that's what I'm in the middle of doing. My husband's helping me
Okay,
do it.
okay.
Yeah, we're doing that. That's how I found out. I did that, and I haven't gone as far back. It's going to take a lot of time to go way, way back. But I've gone a couple of generations, and I've found cousins I didn't know I had. They're out there. It's like,
Yeah,
wow.
I'm sure. I bet
This
I
is
bet
wild.
you do.
Yeah.
You think about the tree branch. But I had a chance to. My parents had done some work on that. I guess I don't know. I'm going to use a general term because I don't know specifically what you'd call it. They had done that, and they had determined. I mean, the name Ellison. I mean, I believe that's pretty obvious. That's an English name,
Right.
and it actually started with people named Ellis.
Okay.
And then at some point, that was Ellison's son, and somebody maybe misheard it or something, and it became Ellison. But of course, there's still
It's
Ellis's.
neat how you get the.
Ellis is out there.
That comes out
Yeah,
there.
the perspective of it, and Ellison. And then I've always been told that my family came over and landed, immigrated to the North Carolina area. And then I don't know how well you know Alabama history, but back in the days when Alabama began to be settled by white settlers, I say white settlers. They weren't all white, but that's what they often refer to as white settlers. The settlements coming in, they had to fight Indians. Literally, because the Indians were like, "This is our land."
Well, it kind of was.
Well, it was. It was. I'm not denying that or saying anything about it. I'm just saying that's the way it was. But
and they didn't want to share.
our Congress formed what was the Mississippi Territory, which was compiled of the land that's current day Mississippi and current day Alabama. And so, when that happened, there was what they called Alabama fever. It's like gold fever, except it was land fever.
Yeah.
And they set it up in the early 1800s and before, but once it became a territory, official territory, they set it up, and so they began to sell the land. So the government said, "It's ours. We can sell it, even though it wasn't theirs." It's not anybody's but God's, right? Really, let's face it.
Technically, yeah.
We're just all here temporarily anyway. But these people would come, and that was part of how the Ellisons, my Ellisons that I'm aware of, came to this part of the world was the land grab, the land rush.
Right.
Came over from North Carolina and thought, this would be a better life and all that, and perhaps it was. But now my other side of the family, my mother's family, my grandmother was named Patterson's. That's another English name. And then my grandfather's name was Liebold, and that's a German name. So somehow they all met, and we were up in Ohio a few years ago, just doing some amateur stuff. Okay, we're not genealogists by any means, but we went into this little library in Delaware, Ohio, and within 5 minutes, my wife had a picture of, I don't know what she would be, but some relative of mine was a lady named Baker. She was from New York State. And there was a portrait of her from like 1790 something. I'm not kidding. And it turned out that she married a Liebold, and they moved from New York City. They moved to the Ohio Territory, which wasn't a state back then because of the same thing. They had to fight Indians there too. I guess really all over the country you had Native Americans. But anyway, it was really cool to find all that out and see a picture of this lady. And my wife is so good on computers. She found it so fast. We were in this library, and it was like, and I was thinking, well, how can we find where my great-grandfather lived? And my grandfather grew up. Well, she said, well, what about a phone book? Well, they have all their phone books from 100 years there, and you just go grab whatever year you want. And I looked up, I forget his first name, but Liebold, and there it was. In a few minutes, we were at his house, his old house.
No way.
It was so cool,
Oh,
That was just
wow, that
for
is
a few minutes.
awesome.
But that's just kind
Interesting.
of the history of it.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. But you said you wanted to go there. I think my phone overheard me talking to a friend of mine about golfing one time, about golfing in Ireland, because they say that's a lot of fun. Suddenly, I started getting a lot of ads and things for excursions, even emails.
See, that happens to me.
Excursions,
Yep.
for some sort of. We leave, first week in April. I'm
Yep.
just kidding. I'm not going. My wife is listening, going, "What?
What?
I'm like, no, I'm not going."
All right, it's 8:46. We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll get to that story about the new bill that's being introduced to end statute of limitations on sexual abuse survivors. So we'll talk about that when we come back. You're listening to Morning Mayhem here on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike broadcasting live from the Clinton Tractor Studios. We'll be right back.
Chilton Mobile Home Parts and Supply is your go-to destination for top quality mobile home parts and supplies in Clanton, Alabama. Conveniently located at 14023 County Road 29, just 3 miles east of Thorsby. We offer a diverse inventory, including underpinning, doors, windows, faucets, tubs, setup supplies, and more. Our commitment to quality ensures you'll find the best solutions for your mobile home needs. Upgrade your space with stylish doors and windows. Enhance functionality with top-notch faucets and tubs. All conveniently available in one place. Visit us today or call 205-646-1949. Transform your mobile home with Chilton, where quality meets convenience. Need reliable towing or diesel repair? Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair has you covered. We specialize in light and heavy duty towing and recovery with the latest equipment for any job, from campers and tractor trailers to winch box recoveries, and the only local based rotator in the county. We do it all. Our diesel repair services include computer diagnostics, engine rebuilds, transmission and clutch work, and general maintenance. Trust Mem's Wrecker and Heavy Duty Diesel Repair for top-notch service. Call us at 205-217-1984.
We are back. The time is 8:49. You're listening to Morning Mayhem on Piper Peach Radio. Teresa and Mike here with you on this hump day.
There you go. That's the Teresa I know.
Yeah. All right. We're going to get to that story. I saw this actually this morning. It was one of the ones I saved, and I thought, well, let me come in here and talk about this. Because unfortunately, this is something that we are dealing with on a regular basis in the United States, and that is sexual abuse in all forms. You've got trafficking, you've got just, different kinds of children and adults. And they've now introduced a bill, actually Chuck Schumer introduced this bill, that aims to remove legal barriers for abuse and human trafficking survivors that are seeking justice. Right now, they have like a statute of limitations. You can only go so far back, but he wants that completely absolved. He wants it gone because he
Like
says
murder. Murder has no statute of limitations.
It says
Can't get away with murder and
for
enough
years,
time to go by.
survivors' abuse have been ignored. They've been doubted, silenced, dismissed. And when the truth comes out, and the world listens, there are too many survivors. We're told by law, it's too late. Your justice has expired. So he says, what you're seeing is that it takes a lot of time to, I don't want to say recovery, I don't guess you ever really do, from something like that. And your healing takes time. And sometimes in your healing, it takes you, a certain amount of time to get to the point that you can talk about it, that you can name your what do you call them? Your abuser. You're putting a time limit with a statute of limitations saying you've got this long to talk about it or you got to live with it. And so I'm liking the fact that they're going to hopefully lift the statute of limitations, and it doesn't matter how long ago it happened, you can still get justice.
Well,
So I'm not against that at all.
I have a law degree. I never practiced law as far as actually being the attorney of record, but I was very close to the system for a long time. And I wonder, I'm not torn or I have doubts about sexual abuse. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But in our system, you're presumed innocent until you're proven guilty, right?
Right.
So that's why you have statute of limitations. It's like if you have a car accident and you're all adults, there's no minors involved, they have different statute of limitations based on their age. Then you basically, in Alabama, you have 2 years to resolve your differences. Like if you hit me and it was your fault and I was injured, I would have 2 years to resolve my claim with you or your insurance company, or I would need to file a lawsuit against you in order to protect my claims.
Right.
And if I failed to do that, then they would expire. That's the word expiration.
Right.
But I'm a little torn sometimes when these folks come out 20, 30 years later. You just said it, and you said it so well, how people have to heal. These victims have to heal. And that's the biggest argument for this.
Right.
But on the other hand, just to be frank, what would you think about if you were wrongfully accused 25 years later of committing some sexual abuse act or something like that, and then you have to defend yourself against those claims? Because I don't think we have anything against defendants per se, but when someone comes out with claims, a lot of times people are so sympathetic and they believe every word that someone says.
Right.
And I'm not calling anybody a liar, and I think I've qualified my statements enough to make that clear. But you got to think, what about the other person? They have rights too, and if you're going to accuse them, then shouldn't they have a reasonable amount of time to be able to contact witnesses or whatever the situation might be?
That's true.
And you talk about something that's 25 years, the witness can move on, people move on, you lose contact with them, then you have no way to defend yourself. And that's kind of the scary part to me when they take away something like that on the statute of limitations, but we don't have one on murder because it's a heinous, horrible crime. And so we shouldn't have it on this either because it's horrible and heinous as well. But there are concerns, and I don't know how they would address it, and they might be able to. But if it was coming from Chuck Schumer, that senator from New York, I wouldn't put a whole lot of weight in it. I would rather April Weaver do it here in Alabama. We talked about her yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And I would rather her do it here, and then it become. But he's talking about a national law, federal law.
Yeah, and those are some great points to bring up. And I think that's anytime more than a couple of years have passed, that's something that you have to look at too. There's a lot more that goes in, and I'm sure there will be factors that would go into whether or not it's prosecutable or that type of thing, because you do have
Chargeable offense.
Yeah, chargeable. You do have people that do things for money.
Oh,
And
yes.
they're
And
like,
weird
well,
things.
either you give me this much money or I'm going to tell so-and-so this is
Extortion.
what you did. Yeah, and
Yep.
I mean, I get that. That's,
But
unfortunately,
it's that way
that
for
is-
everything, though.
That is
It's
the
not
other
just that.
side to that's the ugly
Yeah.
side of it.
Yeah.
The uglier side of it, I should say.
Right. So you have to consider all that. And I'm sure they would consider it. But on the federal level, I know our federal government I like to give them the benefit of the doubt and think they're doing the best they can. We wink, wink.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
the
exactly.
truth is, though, is that when you look at this, again, on the state level is probably where it should start, if it hasn't already. Because then each state can kind of sample what everybody else is doing and then reach some sort of consensus about
Yeah.
what the law should be and how it should read and what the punishments are, et cetera. But statute of limitations for these types of crimes, I can understand the desire to let somebody heal. And, like I said, you said it so well when you first started talking about this. So I can understand that.
Yeah. I guess we'll see how it ends up, what ends up happening with that. I see so many of these things in the news every day. Somebody else has been accused, and most of them, there are receipts to back it up. It's too much, though. It's just constant.
I would suspect that, if it involves a minor, basically you have the minor has to reach the age of majority, which I believe is 19. So if something happened to them when they were 12, their statute of limitations wouldn't start running until they turned 19, until they became the age of majority or an adult, basically, the way the law recognizes them. And so, with that, you got, I could certainly, I don't know that, I don't know. Maybe I should just shut up, but I'm thinking about someone who's been sexually abused. Would it be easier for an adult who happened to them to get over it, or for a child because they have more time to process it?
Well, I think it's not something, it's one of those things that you don't ever get over.
Okay.
You just learn to process it and
Cope.
and manage it and cope better with how it happens regardless of your age.
Makes sense.
Some kids are a little more resilient than others, and some adults are more resilient than others. It just depends. I think that's not whether you're a child or an adult thing. I think it's just a who you are thing, how you process and handle things.
You were talking about the healing process itself and the time involved.
Yeah.
And that would be one of the biggest reasons why you would want to eliminate the statute of limitations.
Yeah.
Because you would take that and say, okay, you don't have to relive it before you're ready to.
Right. And as a parent of girls that's happened to, that has gone with them into their adulthood, and that has shaped them in ways that it determines the path that they ended up taking in life, how they manage other things in life too. It's one of those things that, some people can take something like that and make, heal in ways that they're helping others heal, writing books, being a speaker, help being a counselor, something like that. You have other people that take a different path as a child that takes them down a dark path.
Yes, it can.
And it can happen to women, adult women. It happens if they're assaulted, they might be this happy person that's full of life, and then something like that happens and it changes.
Just robs them of it.
Yeah, it robs them of it. So I think it just depends on, but everybody handles and copes differently with things. So I think that it's a personal thing.
Well, I think I think it has come to light even more so with this Jeffrey Epstein files.
Yeah, exactly.
And the thousands of records that they have on him, and the people that were present. I don't know.
Associated with him.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: not everybody
that associated with him.
That
right,
associated
exactly.
with him. I think a lot of people who associated with him didn't know what he was doing. But a lot of people did. And it's the ones that did and didn't speak up that I really have a problem with. But just because you are in the same room with somebody and you socialize with somebody doesn't necessarily mean that you knew
that you participated and you condoned
the
what
dirty
was happening.
underbelly of it.
Yeah. Good phrase there.
I don't know. All right, it's 9:00 on the dot. That's going to do it for us today. I hope you all have a great Wednesday. It's your hump day too, not just ours.
That's right. That's true.
We're over the hump. Tomorrow will be Thursday. It'll be Teresa and Taylor, TNT, with you, unless there's a surprise and Taylor won't be here. Nope, she'll be here. Taylor will be here.
All right,
TNT on
good
Thursday. And Mike, I hope you have a great rest of your week.
Thank you.
I won't
You do
see
the
you
same.
again until Tuesday.
Not till next week.
And don't forget, baseball and softball starts tomorrow. And I guess we'll put our schedule of who we're playing, what games we're going to broadcast later, so you can check our Facebook page for that.
I have that somewhere, but not on me.
I don't have it on hand. I didn't know where it was when I started this
I
morning.
think Jason sent it to me, texted it, so I think I got it.
Right. All right. Y'all have a great Wednesday. Steve and
Thanks for watching
Ricky,
and listening.
y'all be careful heading south. Take care. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for watching and listening to Morning Mayhem here on Papa Pete's Radio.